Welcome back to another episode of the Geek Podcast.
This is your host, Charlie Radio Williams. And this is Seanluc.
Welcome back to another episode of the Geek Podcast.
So, I figured, one day when we're out and stuff like that, people need to know that we still exist, still out there. You know what I mean?
I was talking to Charles earlier about, doing some more company outings, hanging out with the whole team and doing something cool.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, we should do that.
Oh, because we recently did the Friendsgiving.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sean. Well,
sorry.
You're Sean.
Thank you. Appreciate
Charles.
Seanluc.
Yeah. Charles cooked a magnificent feast.
Oh my gosh, yes. I need to go back over there to get some leftovers if they still exist.
Let's get
especially
into
that henny chicken. Oh my god.
Yeah, you definitely enjoy that. I had a great time. Thank you for doing that. That was pretty awesome, Charles.
And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Geek Podcast.
If you do this voice the whole time, I'm leaving.
I'm leaving too.
I'm your host, Charlie Radio Williams.
And this is Seanluc for a very short time.
Yeah, Hannibal's about to leave immediately if he keeps making this voice.
Word.
Welcome back to the 1960s playoff.
Better yet, you know what? Let me get my phone. Let me call Jet right now.
Welcome back to the 1960s
Jet,
playoff.
I'm pretty sure Jet,
Jet
wants to know.
Jet would knock him back to 1960s.
He'll punch him right through the 60s.
Jet is Seanluc dressed up.
No, it is not. Just because he's good.
So yes, we had a fun Friendsgiving.
Yes, we did.
And it was a Hennessy chicken. It was like, I always base mine in like vodka.
Oh, it was vodka chicken. Yeah. Sorry. Yes.
So you're going to cook great feast every month for the, Sketchfed team?
No. But I think we could do something simple.
What would you want to do?
Okay.
So would you like to go?
Okay, for me, I would like to do something simple. I like to go bowling, do pool, go ice skating.
Ice skating?
You understand?
Okay.
Just
I can't ice skate.
Community
all the
stuff.
things that I've thrown out on the table that you've kind of thrown out the window.
Well, I never threw it out the window.
Oh, word! I'd be like, yo, let's go bowling. You'd be like, I can't do it.
No. Okay, well, there's a difference between you and I going bowling and then us going bowling.
I invite the entire group too.
Because I think bowling is a group sport. I don't think bowling is a two-person sport. Yeah. It's just weird.
God awful at bowling. I don't know.
I am great.
I don't know what I'm doing.
It's like playing.
I think I'm gonna do that two-hand approach. I've seen a video on ESPN. Like this guy was throwing the ball with both hands. I'm like, maybe try that.
Okay.
It might destroy something.
My last job, in order for me to handle the frustration of dealing with my boss, I would go bowling every Thursday.
Oh, so you're actually pretty decent then.
To release that anyway.
What's your highest score?
Don't worry, I'll let you see it in person.
100?
No,
it's like a 50.
I can't even break 100. I should not even go. It's embarrassing.
The highest I've gone is 200.
That's not bad.
That's not bad at all. I got a turkey, so that because I got a turkey.
You could probably beat Sean's. Why I keep mentioning on you too?
It's because we're switching roles. You didn't know?
Oh yeah,
I'm being all hipster and different. Like screw mainstream media, screw Star Wars. I haven't watched the Mandalorian.
The hottest show
because Baby Yoda ain't nothing. Okay, he's just a marketing ploy and used.
Instead of being Seanluc, I'm just being extra, and you're a dick. Right? I like how all of you at the Friendsgiving was like, just, you think he's a hippie too? He's a hippie? Yeah, he's definitely a hippie.
I mean, we all kind of agreed at that.
There's nothing about me
and
that's
then,
a hippie.
In Friends Against Humanity, he kind of threw those hippie answers out, I'm just saying.
Yeah,
I threw the cards out that I had. It's Friends Against Humanity.
Why are you so against the mainstream, Charles?
I'm not against the mainstream.
Yeah, he's against the mainstream.
Why would I be against the mainstream?
Have you seen the amount of plaid sweaters this man has?
Fuck you, I don't own plaid sweaters. If I was against the mainstream, why would I be doing podcasts? Why would I be doing Sketchfed? Why would I be doing?
Yeah, but honestly, because one, it's your baby. This is a project that you've been wanting to do since you were a child. Maybe like 5-6 years old.
Originally, it was named Angel Productions.
Really?
Yeah.
Cool.
The original name was Angel Productions.
So that's one. Yeah. And two, just because you're doing the podcast, it just gives you another avenue to complain about the mainstream media.
Yeah.
Henceforth, what a lot of hipsters do anyway.
I don't think I've complained about the mainstream media on here. I've complained about Mark Hamill and Comic-Con. I've complained
about... That's pretty mainstream.
Yeah,
I've complained about like why...
I'm sorry. He does geek and nerd mainstream hatred.
I've complained about why we shouldn't talk about Star Wars anymore.
By the way, side note, Crisis on Infinite Earths. Seeing Will Wheaton in the beginning of that damn episode, hilarious.
Yeah.
It was great. I've actually watched that.
You saw the Crisis on Infinite Earths
Yes.
Part 1?
Yes.
Oh,
I've actually watched that.
what'd you think?
I thought it was awesome. First of all, I'm into the DC television universe.
Oh,
All right, yeah.
Let me find out.
I've always been into the
Let me
DC
find out he's
television
actually
universe.
counterculture.
But you're out on Star Wars.
Because it's over. You know, it's kind of like the conversation we had recently, where you asked me like, why is everybody's into the Mandalorian, but nobody gives a fuck about the movie franchise?
Who's talking about the movie? The movie's coming out, right? You know that, right?
Movie's coming out December 20th, next Friday.
No one.
Well,
Because
next Friday.
it's just over. I think people are just over it.
I don't think it's saturation. It's quality. The Mandalorian show is better than the movie.
Okay,
the last two movies. My opinion.
Because based on the latest episode,
the Force Awakens and whatever the Last Jedi, Mandalorian to me is a better product.
okay,
And I think
I don't know. Solo was
I don't
good.
know.
Solo was
What?
good.
Solo was not good at all.
I think Solo.
I think the
was good.
writing was bad. The
Something went off on that one.
cinematography was pretty amazing.
I think Rogue One was good.
Rouge One.
I'll give you that one.
Rouge. Okay, as
That
far
one
as
was
a
good,
movie, as far as visual goes, all the Star Wars movies have had something visually splendid to go off of. But as far as like writing and storytelling, you understand, they do falter. Like, for example, the entire prequels. They falter completely, but there are bright spots for that. Like, for example, the creation of the Clone Wars, which went on for 6, now going on 7 seasons because it's going to be on Disney
All right.
Plus.
First of all, get off the Clone Wars dick.
Nah, I can't
One.
because
He likes that show.
Just get off
because it justifies
Stop clout chasing.
so much.
Stop clout chasing. All right,
It's not
one.
cloud chasing.
Just get off the dick, son.
So so you know what? I was gonna say something, but I'm gonna be nice.
And episodes 4 through 6. Here's something that no geek will say that I am willing to say. Episode 4 through 6 is shit. The only reason it's good, hold up. The only reason it's good is because the time frame that it came out, it was unique. We've never seen it before. It was a great cowboy western in space. So yes, to me, it's awesome. But looking at it now as an adult, there's the nostalgia that I have when I'm like, oh, yo, my God, this was great when I was a kid. But as an adult looking at it, oh, come on, how many shows have you watched now as an adult? And you're like, you know what? This is shit. Think about cartoons that you watch. Think about movies you watch. And you're like, you know what?
But there are also movies, cartoons, TV shows that are still timeless.
But we don't think about, yes, I'm not saying that Star Wars isn't timeless. Once again, the nostalgia part of me is like, yo, I remember when I first saw this. This was great. It's like watching Flash Gordon. Oh my God. When I was a kid, great. Watching it now doesn't make any sense.
I would not put Flash Gordon and Star Wars in the same sentence.
But there's
Right.
but all right, it's not even about putting
like
Flash
it's a
Gordon.
cheesy B movie.
Yeah,
It's not even about putting Flash Gordon in Star Wars.
It's
in
like
the same-
saying put Masters of the Universe with Star Wars.
Episodes 1 through 3, you know what? They were great for their time, but they're still shit. Looking at them now, movies will become like that.
Okay, no, that is not true at all. Because there are movies that are completely timeless, even with
Ghostbusters, timeless. 1 and 2, timeless. Great.
Yeah, but 2, I will admit that 2 is not better than 1.
No.
I'll be the first to admit that.
No, 2 is not better than 1.
Right. Number 1, first of all, Die Hard is a timeless movie that even if you watch it today,
You only throwing that out because it's the holidays and you just want to get that holiday.
I gotta watch it.
rant out.
yeah, right. No, not just that. It's funny because we watched another show, right? And they were going through the behind the scenes of Die Hard, and a lot of the stuff they did was literally on the spot. They did the pyrotechnics. They did all the stunts. Bruce Willis actually jumped off a roof. Dang it!
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I don't find the context in this. I'm sorry.
Because what I'm saying is for time.
How old is Die Hard? How old is that movie?
Die Hard was like what 86, 87, give or take.
Okay,
maybe.
but here's what I'm saying. I'm not saying Die Hard is not a great movie. What I'm saying is
What I'm saying is that movie, if you watch it now, you can still enjoy it like as if it's a movie from today.
yes, because there's a nostalgia to it.
But
But I'm talking about with people that have never ever seen the movie. People will still enjoy.
I want to see millennials sit down and watch that movie. Then
what, Die Hard?
yeah,
That still holds up. But I think in terms of what you're saying that's not holding up, is it the story that's not holding up for you? I'm assuming the special effects obviously are dated between, like I said, episodes 4
it's a combination of both. It's a combination of storytelling and it's a combination
because New Hope is the most basic of all storytelling of a hero's journey.
Oh no,
They repeat those themes all the time.
You're right. So it's a combination of storytelling and it's a combination of special effects. Well, once again, that's why I always go back to, for its time, it was great. Mortal Kombat 1 was great for its time.
No, it wasn't.
Me. I could watch it.
I mean, I could watch it. There's just certain things like even back then, looking at Reptile, and I was just like, nah,
that's Combat 2. That's Combat 2.
No, this is Mortal Kombat 1.
Reptile wasn't in 1.
Reptile was in 1. He got sucked into the stone and became the human reptile at the end of Mortal Kombat, and that's who Liu Kang fought. Yeah, that was bad even for that time.
What I'm saying is,
you don't like Star Wars.
No, first of all,
he's saying the Star Wars is shit and our childhoods mean nothing.
So
no, that is not what I'm saying. Don't put that on me.
So you're more of a Trekkie than a Star Wars fan?
Yeah.
So if you watch the first season of Next Generation,
OST. Well, I'm pronouncing. I say OST, but it's not called TOS. TOS.
There's some episodes that are god awful.
TOS is shit.
Okay,
but it was great for its time.
Okay, he's keeping the same energy with everything.
All right,
Next Generation first season was shit. Okay, but it was great for its time.
All right, fair enough.
I think. I don't know.
He's going all in.
Yeah,
he pushed all in.
You know what? I let him go all in.
Come on,
I would let him go all in. I reserve judgment.
It's the most hippers. Is that
no? But it's an honest. It's an honest hipster. It's an honest opinion that. Even if you said, Charles, how would you do things differently? I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't know how I would do anything differently because I wouldn't want to do something different than what that creator did. All I'm saying is I still enjoyed it. I thought it was a great series, but at the same time, I thought it was great for its time. It's like when we watch episodes 4 through 6, and then we try to watch everything after 4 through 6, and we're trying to compare story and graphics. All right, Last Jedi. Everybody talks about the famous fight scene between Vader and Luke, which great fight scene
for that time.
Yes,
I could
for the technology that they had for that time, great. But if I compare that to the fight scenes and the prequels and the post stuff. No,
but that's a very unique perspective because yes, certain things have evolved, right? But you're probably like 1%. Everyone would say 4 for 6 is better than anything.
I think Empire Strikes Back is like,
everyone says that's the best one, right?
Yeah.
So
because it has more character development, it has more drama. You understand? Like it brings more to the table than necessarily just visual splendor. Right? It increases the lore. It gives us, first of all, a Yoda that's not CGI. Okay? That Yoda that's in CGI for episode 2, when he had that fight with Dooku, was horrible. We thought it was like,
hype.
But at the time was hype.
Yeah,
but at the time I was hype, and then after like watching it, I'm just like, wait, that was it?
Wait, but you're saying exactly what I'm saying though. You're saying
no, but you're saying no. I'm saying it
even though you're taking a moment of a scene and be like, oh my god, at the time it was great, but now looking at it, it was shit.
No. I was saying at the moment that it was happening, I'm like, oh shit, this is gonna be great. Then as soon as that moment happened, I was like, really?
But that's the same thing. In the moment. Right, whether if it was in the moment and the time frame it released, or in the moment that you was watching it, you were like, "Oh my god, this shit was great." And then afterwards, whether if you watched it a second time or during the film and towards the end of the fight scene, you was like, "You know what? This went from being great to being shit." That's the same exact thing.
Okay. And in conclusion, what you're trying to say?
Right. Like, in conclusion, like 2 different, like,
are you going to watch The Mandalorian or not?
Fuck you guys. Yeah.
I mean, are you going to enjoy Baby Yoda? And by the way, all the characters on that show.
I refuse to get on the Baby Yoda bandwagon.
Not just Baby Yoda. All the characters on the show are pretty cool.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, that first 2 episodes with Nick Nolte's character, amazing. I have spoken.
Yeah.
Right?
You're missing out, Charles.
I refuse to get on the Baby Yoda bandwagon.
It's fine. You don't have to get on the Baby Yoda bandwagon. All right. You can get on the other character bandwagon.
Listen.
Like Gina Carino, her character for that one episode.
Solid.
It was really solid.
Best meme I've seen. I like how everybody dropped Baby Groot for Baby Yoda.
Damn right.
Definitely.
It's Baby Groot's been died out.
So
Guardians of the Galaxy 2 was how long ago?
I'm just saying, you guys, and what's going to be tomorrow when Baby Yoda dies out, huh? What's going to be the next baby we all fall for?
That baby Palpatine in the movie
That baby
comes out.
That baby hopefully never dies.
You guys
I don't know what I'll do
That
if they
baby
did.
dies?
You guys are going to throw Baby Yoda to the
Everybody's gonna
curb.
riot.
But Disney's not going to even attempt to try to kill
No.
baby
Not on the Disney Plus.
You're gonna throw that Baby Yoda to the curb.
So
Another thing, this is kind of like, to me, when the Xbox came out and it was this big ugly console, big ugly controller, but it was one game that saved it from even being extinct. It was Halo.
yeah.
Baby Yoda or The Mandalorian is that show.
Baby Yoda to
No.
Halo?
You had it right the first time. Baby Yoda saved Disney Plus.
I think so, because again, like, remember I think you said it.
And
how
mind
long
you,
this is going to keep going
Right.
after you watch all the nostalgic stuff. This is what's
here's though. We all know that they're trying to make Star Wars into the legacy story that goes on forever.
Yes.
The thing with that is the more you saturate a product, the less it has that value to it. So maybe The Mandalorian might save the franchise as far as a area of story,
Okay.
but it may not initially save the franchise.
Here's why I disagree. I disagree.
You disagree with everything I say. That's okay.
Well, in this particular case, because every time
You need a podcast called The Devil's Advocate.
agreed. But I will not. It will not be through Sketchfed because I'm already the face of Sketchfed, and there's already too many shows.
Die.
So, the reason why I feel like The Mandalorian and actually a lot of other shows, TV show wise, have much more of a benefit to the Star Wars universe and the lore than the movies have is because of the fact that they're able to explore. Now they're able to explore and expand what the vision of what they want should be.
Yeah.
You understand? Instead of
What do you mean, the vision of they won't repeat
the
that?
vision of the Star Wars universe. You know how everybody had their
Whose vision?
originally George Lucas, but then it went to the other
That's
artists.
not true because George Lucas has said in the past that his vision was only for the Skywalker storyline.
Yeah, but he's also put his foot in for the Mandalorian.
So whose vision?
But he put his foot in for the Mandalorian.
He did that now because there's a profit behind it.
No, he did that as it was being produced
When was it being produced?
last year.
And do you understand? That's for money. All right.
But this was also
No.
during the same time.
I get tired of you doing this.
This was also during the same time that George Lucas was like, yo, F Star Wars.
Defending the guy. Stop making it seem like these are all his ideas. They are not all his ideas.
But who said it was?
When he says, when he makes these dumbass comments, and he's like, well, George Lucas had this in mind. No, he didn't.
Okay.
We don't know that for sure.
Word? Oh, you wanted to that Trump?
We don't know. Do we know?
Because originally, when it came to the books and stuff like that, George Lucas did have a say on whether it was produced.
Do you want to open this doorway of me going home doing research? Because you know I'll do the research. You know I will bring it back, and I won't just speak about it. I will take the pages and slap them in your face with glue on them, so you can see every word that's cited.
He's gonna take glue and just what kind of
I'm aggressive.
I think it's gonna be crazy.
I'm aggressive
Or Gorilla Glue.
because
Gorilla Glue
you have to
sticks.
understand. I have my dislike for George Lucas.
Why do you dislike George?
You know why I dislike him.
No. Why?
You know why I dislike him. I've talked about it on past episodes.
When has he talked about it?
Previous episodes I talked about it.
I don't remember.
I don't think he's talked about
Go back to some other episodes of G's for Geek. And I don't mean the old episodes from HOH. I mean, go back to earlier episodes when I talked about, George Lucas and his tantrum with Disney. Him,
it. That's
by
not a
him
reason
selling.
to hate someone.
Oh, no. All right, fine it. You're right. Hate is such a strong word.
But
I loathe him.
I remember
there you go.
Charles saying that if he had the same property, he would have never sold it. And I think that's probably the biggest, biggest issue.
Now, here's the thing.
Yeah.
Okay, and
I wouldn't have sold it. I wouldn't have came out and been like, you know what? For me, the Star Wars franchise was really just about the Skywalker storyline. I wouldn't have said that either. I wouldn't have. Because all you're doing, it's like the toys that made us with TMNT.
Okay.
Like how was it one artist was ready to grow forward and he wanted to, and the other artist was like, I don't want to sell, I want to keep it. I don't want to add a fifth. I look at that and I think about it, you know what? One, they both were on the same page, but at two different times.
Okay.
Lucas probably had the best intentions. I don't feel like he had the best intentions. I feel like for him, he made his movies. Okay. He made the Skywalker storyline, right?
Right.
For him to sell it, and take himself out the equation, that's what I'm upset. And even if you're like, oh, well, he decided to stay on as a consultant. No. When you stay on as a consultant, you give up more power behind your own creativity.
That was his decision. I mean,
That really
he was done.
And,
He was done.
and you know what? As a
He
fan,
felt like he was
as
done.
a fan, I'm entitled. Okay, yes. So you feel like you're done, and then after you're done, you then go back and complain about all the things that another brand has brought to the table and done with your creativity. You can't have both. You can't be like, I feel like this is like the hip hop geek version.
Yeah.
You can't be on stage, Lucas, and be popping that shit, and then be like, yo, you didn't hit hot fire or some shit like that.
I'm assuming that whatever George Lucas may have said was someone asking him a question and he answered it. He said,
No. There's quite a few. So between the buyout with Disney, there's quite a few interviews to the point that Lucas didn't want to be interviewed anymore. So keep that in mind, that he tried to go into hiding. He tried to step out the light. He tried to be like, you know what? I am no longer owner of the Star Wars franchise. Mm-hmm. It's now Disney. You need to talk to Disney about what's happening. Right. Get their insight. And we're talking across gaming, we're talking across comics, we're talking across brands. Right. So now for you to be like, wait a minute, what's up with these movies? These movies don't follow any of my ideas. And it's kind of like, well, what about all and I keep saying this, all the previous writers and creators who helped to build your franchise, that once you sold your rights over to Disney, they lost all that credibility. And I go back, all that stuff was canon, and now it's no longer canon.
Yeah. And then here's the best part about that, though. Disney understood that. Disney understood that right now everything, because they wanted to condense everything and be more of a comprehensive unit, right? They said, well, everything else is going to be considered legacy. It's not going to be considered canon, but it's wait. I understand your passion. You have a passion. I understand. Okay?
Yeah.
But what they are doing, and I've said this before, is they're taking those legacy characters, those people that people actually did love from the books, the comics, and everything, and they are introducing them in a similar light, as much like Grand Admiral Thrawn, who was a big character, right? And they putting him in canon so that the work that these writers have done won't be in vain.
All right, so here's the problem with that, right? When you take characters who we grew with in story, not just in character, in story. Mm-hmm. And then you remove them from their story and you bring them in and say, we're going to bring them as a legacy and just bring over their character. You're not bringing them over fully. You're bringing half the product. You're not bringing the whole product. It's like a half representation. So just because that's like me saying, okay, here's the original Voltron. Mm-hmm. And then here's this other Voltron. And look what the issue with that was, right? Granted, and I'm not trying to piss off the Voltron fans out there, right? Because you completely love that story. But once again, before you adapted and you opened up and you allow for yourselves to have a different view and opinion, there was this, you know what? This is not my Keith. This is not my Hands. This is not my Allure. That's what this is. We're okay. You know what? We'll give you these characters. We'll give you half, but now you have to find a whole new reason to fully enjoy them.
Which is fine, because to me, if you're bringing in characters with a whole new perspective, right? It opens up yourself to enjoy.
You said whole new characters. They're not whole new characters.
But it's like doing an adaptation. Okay. Especially with comic book movies and everything, there's an adaptation. Okay. And that adaptation, nothing is ever 100%.
No, you're right. But when an adaptation takes when it takes over 100 characters, depending on what Disney brings into the legacy characters, and you totally rip them away from these storylines that also drove the universe, then what are you really bringing to the table other than 100 adaptations?
Yeah, but it's 100 adaptations forming into one.
I think you do what you do normally, and that's you see something, you're like, I got to compromise no matter what. I have to compromise.
It's not
because I enjoy.
It's not just a compromise.
You fall for these shitty compromises.
I feel like no, but it's not a shitty compromise. When you have big legacy characters like I keep going to Thrawn because they did him justice. You understand? They did that man justice. They gave him such a strong and powerful arc on Star Wars Rebels, which is another TV show, mind you.
Yeah.
Which they can expand.
Hold up. It's an animation.
Yeah.
And let's be honest, it probably doesn't have as much weight as the cinematic universe.
Whoa.
Including the television universe.
Hell no, you did not just say that.
Yes, it did.
No, because at the end of the day,
In the day, you know I'm right.
no, you're wrong, because the TV shows have done more.
How do you know that?
How do I know that?
How do you know that?
2 words.
Where's the paperwork?
Ahsoka Tano.
Let's see this.
Ahsoka Tano.
Oh.
That is the number one thing out of everything. Who literally is a legacy character within canon that goes from Clone Wars to Rebels.
Just one character.
It's not just
one character. Why are you getting frustrated?
In conclusion,
why are you getting frustrated?
Charles will never watch The Mandalorian. I don't think he's going to watch any Star Wars ever again.
That's not true.
He's not going to watch Clone Wars. He's not going to watch Rebels.
See it.
I've actually watched
Nobody's
Clone Wars.
watching Resistance.
What are you talking about? I won't watch Resistance. No.
Nobody's watching Resistance.
Yeah.
So on that note,
but I watched a lot of the Star Wars animation. So
I mean, Rebels is amazing. Like it was done a lot.
Here we
for
go.
The Lord.
First,
I've even watched Star Wars Legos.
Okay. Anyway.
Well, then what? Okay.
Once again, just because it's a brand, I still watch it.
Next field trip. Let's all go see the new movie.
Agreed.
Hell no.
No?
Nah. I'm good.
I'm gonna go see it.
I'm gonna go see the guy.
I want to see how Palpatine still lives.
The guy. I want to see the guy.
The guy?
You mean Free Guy?
Yeah, Free Guy. Yeah.
You mean that's the movie that comes out next year?
Oh, I want to see it. I'm hyped. I'm hyped about that.
You know what I'm hyped for? Ghostbusters.
I'm hyped about Ghostbusters too.
Yeah, it had like a Stranger Things feel to it.
Hey.
It did. Sorry.
Hey. That's because Stranger Things got it from Ghostbusters.
Oh, it's like a circle back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So you done? You're good?
I've been done.
All right.
You just blew your whole load in this one.
Yeah, he's exhausted now.
I've skied. Actually, I could do more, but we have to wrap up.
Yeah.
All right.
Get a nice cigarette. Oh, are we like promoted by cigarettes?
No, we're not promoted by Camel cigarettes.
I thought we were.
You're right. This episode of the Geek for Geek podcast is brought to you by Marlboro.
Nope.
Ooh, after every show, I like to pop out a Marlboro cigarette and Nope. Last episode is brought to you by Campbell's.
This episode has been brought to you by Sketchfed Studios.
And cancer.
If you want to,
You said cancer?
Cancer.
Here's what happens with cigarettes.
If you want to listen to more episodes of Geek,
Stop it. That's already in the outro. Stop it. All right.
Whoops.
So,
cut that out.
but Hannibal, have you learned a lot on this episode?
I gotta watch a few TV shows of the Star Wars stuff. So yeah, but I learned that you hate Star Wars.
I don't hate Star Wars. All right,
Lucas.
let me backtrack again because I'm known for doing that. I don't hate George Lucas. I disagree with some of the things he's done, which leads me to have a dislike for him.
A strong one.
Okay. I loathe him.
Well, that's a little.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Cool.
Isn't that like just as bad as hate?
Yeah, same thing. Loathe and hate are two. Same thing.
No.
Same difference.
Completely different.
Okay.
Different wording.
Yeah.
Different spelling too.
So when is he going to say we're out of here? When are we going to say goodbye? This man just keeps
waiting.
ranting.
Just waiting.
Are you waiting for me to end the show?
Yeah, because remember he tried in another episode, and you like the order.
No, he did.
Yeah, he hated on me because I wanted to end it, and he didn't. Like
He's the
because
Don.
I am the face of G's for Geek.
He's the Don.
Yeah. He's the
Don Corleone.
I hate you guys.
He's the Don Corleone of Sketchfed.
And with that being said, let me be serious and normal about that. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the G's for Geek broadcast. I am Charlie Radio Williams.
And this is Seanluc.
And Adam Hannibal.
And as you know, you can catch us here on the G's for Geek podcast, broadcasted to you by NBC. 1960s.
God,
Let's get sued.
Where up next is the Mets Yankees game,
I'm good.
which I will be broadcasting, and
Have a good night, everybody.
tune in to WBLX radio station.
Have a good day, everybody, if you're listening to us during the day.
And as always, we are out of here.
You have no idea how annoying that sounds in my head.
Does it? Oh, does it sound annoying? I know how I feel about Jet.
Oh, really?
Now you know.
The G is for Geek podcast with Charlie Radio Williams and Seanluc is a presentation of Sketchfed Studios, produced by Charlie Williams and edited by Hannibal Darby. To find more episodes of the G is for Geek podcast, make sure you check them out at Apple Podcast, Spotify, Stitcher, and wherever else your podcast needs. If you need to hear Charlie Radio Williams and Seanluc shoot the shit on any of your topics or questions, please send a tweet to the two geeks on Twitter, or you can send a message on Instagram for the Geektopians. For web series, podcasts, blogs, and more, please make sure to head over to sketchfedstudios.com. And as always, stay geeky, stay you.